Hi, I'm gonna finish my lips. Add some ears today. That's the goal. So I'm gonna start with the lips. I mean, and they're there. I just need to shape them. Right now, the line between my lips is a little straight. Shouldn't be when I'm done. And so I need to work on that some. I need to work on a little bit of smoothing. The clay is set up a little bit since the last time I did some sculpting. So I'm gonna move from my rubber tools to a little bit tools that will work a little bit better on stiffer clay. So I don't want them to be so rubbery. So I'm using some of these wind tools, and I like them because one, they're stiffer, and two, they can get into some, like this small one here, we'll get into some of these smaller areas and allow me to stiffen or work with the stiffer clay. So, you know, a good blunt tool. Get my Filtrum set. And I can just reshape the lip by pushing up on it in the front and putting down on the side. So like my lips, the top lip curves down on the sides, and the side down here, the corner of my mouth is I have like a, I don't even know what you call that. I don't mean to frown, but I got a frowny bottom lip. So, just doing some touch up. This lip is off compared to this lip, so I need to add something on top of this lip. It's not quite right. This side is my the struggle with side. This is my struggle with side. And so I need to work on some symmetry, right? I like sculpting for you guys, but I do find it difficult to sculpt on the camera. It's like, it's a weird, like I feel like I can't make a mistake, which is hard because I make mistakes. So this side needs a little more clay here, and I'm gonna add a little bit of water to the surface of that before I add that clay. It's a little stiff. Score it up a little, just a little, not terribly. I also need, excuse me, I also need to add the center of my lip hangs down lower. So oh my gosh, that scared me. It's just a water bottle. Everything's okay, everybody. But I need to add a little bit of clay down here. Like I said, the line of the opening of your mouth is not straight, and that's partially because the lip has curves, and right now mine's a little straight, so I need to fix that. And everybody's is going to be a little different, right? Like, what you need to fix is different than what I need to fix. But refer to that picture guide that corresponds with the rubric, and it'll give you the pointers that you need about how the lips will be scored and what it is to look for. I mean, really the scoring is not important, but they do give you ideas on what to look for when you're sculpting, so that you're getting it right, noticing the things you need to notice, or at least trying to attempt them. Use some of this again. It's not going to be as effective when my clay is drier, but it does have some smoothing capabilities. So I feel like that side's not bad, but the other side is wrong. So I need to work on this side some. Usually the adjustments that need to be made are not always the lip. Sometimes it's the area around the lip, and in this case, like, it's not even, so I'm having to kind of tweak it a little. I'm looking for symmetry as I'm working. Again, that's not terrible. I wouldn't say I'm 100%, but I think I made some significant improvement in this sculpting time. I'll come back and look at it again next time. Like, every time I do a little sculpting, like, I'll tweak the nose a little bit and look at symmetry again, or, whatever else might need to happen to make things look more connected or correct. But I'm going to find the place for my ears and make some ear blanks and get going on that. What I need to do is map out where the ears are going to be. So your ears are They are from the brow line back. The top of the ear hits the brow line. So where that, the eyebrow, right? So right here about the brow line back. From the bottom of the nose over. So you're like, that ear is huge. And yes, ears are huge. From the bottom of the nose back. So the ears fall between the brow and the bottom of the nose. The ears fall between the brow and the bottom of the nose. And where do they sit? They sit right back here. So they're right at the end of the chin, right? So your ear kind of falls right in here. And you want to make sure you stand up and make sure you get them in the same spot on both sides. Like, stand up and look at it from the top and make sure you have your both ears in the same side as if you're going to do 2 ears. So, how I do ears. I get a fairly large chunk of clay and right? So I make sure my chunk of clay is large enough, and I start just molding it into a semicircle, essentially. It's just rounded at the top. I'm really trying to just smooth a round shape at the top, about the thickness of my finger. I come down and I'm gonna make a rounded shape down here again. It's like a solid C, right? Now, the tricky part is the back part, because the back of the ear is what gives the ear the volume, and it kind of like how do I put this? It kind of has like a, it's just volume back there. So like it'll slope away. It'll be thicker here than it is here. And I know, or excuse me. I know, hold on, let me do a little forming and I'll show you what I mean. Just watch my hands. I also got to notice if your person's got attached earlobes or non-attached earlobes. So this one's a little big, so I'm going to make it smaller. Just pulling off some clay. Okay. Teeny bit big still. Okay. See how it's beveled back here and then beveled in here? If you, the back of your ear has like this kind of fatty area. Not fatty, it's the cartilage behind your ear. And that cartilage behind your ear is what makes the ear stick out from the head. Your ears are never flat against your head. They stick out a little bit, or if they were flat against your head, you couldn't wear sunglasses or regular glasses. So they have this area back here. You can see that, but it's also sloped. So it can be tricky. So it's sloped on one side. And that way the ear sticks out from the head. Okay, now I'm going to have to do this in reverse. So like I like the height of that. It's not quite, like it's not perfect, but it's a good blank to start with. I want it to fit right in between those two lines. It's still a tad bit big, but I will, when I put it on, I will make it smaller. So now I'm doing the other side. So this is the lesson in mirror imaging, right? So this is the same but opposite. Need a little more clay on this one because it doesn't have one enough to stick out in the back here, like that. Slopes in the front, rounded on the sides. This shape is a little less okay, so they're close. I kind of match them up and make sure they're really close to each other, as close as I can get. Okay, mirrored imaged. And now I'm going to start to attach them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score this area really good. My leg is a little stuck underneath me. So I'm going to score, right, that it'll come down right. I'm aggressive with my scoring because I want my ear to not pop off. And my clay is a little dry, so I score both sides. Add a little water. And I am going to attach this to the ear. So now it seems a little funky, and it is because what I have to do is smooth this in. So I'm going to use this tool, and I'm going to smooth that ear in. Oh, my leg fell asleep. My ears are not quite this big, but I'm giving myself room to attach the ear. Oh, push it back a little. So now you saw how it was too big before. Now I'm kind of using that excess clay to mold onto the head. See how I'm defining it as I attach it? Some of that excess clay is being used to, I feel like it's a little far back, so I'm going to push it forward a little. It's fine. Just like, have to pull some of that off once I do that. I find it better to, I like to have more clay than too little so I can mush it around and pull it off. That's just how I work. You may be better at additive sculpting. That's a really substantial, oopsie, slip of the tool. It's a pretty substantial ear there. At least you can see it when I'm sculpting. It's a little high still, so I'm gonna push it down and round it again. Right. The top of it should be, and the bottom of it should be, there we go. It's a little better sized. Alrighty. Back of the ear is oh, Lily. Okay, this is the ear without any details. So I'm going to go ahead and match the other side to this and then add the well, actually, I'm going to just sculpt. I'm going to sculpt two because I think in my sculpture my hair is up or whatever, but it depends. So I would normally do the other one now to match, but I'm going to just show you how to do one and then I'll go match the other one later. So that you don't have to watch me sculpt 2 ears in entirety. Oh, Lily. I switched to a loop tool to remove some of the clay from the behind the ear. Oh, Lily, what are you doing? Outside shape. I have a nice lobe, a lobedy lobe. Okay. Now let's focus on the back of the ear. I make this nice and thin. I don't want it to, like the ear sticks out. It has some flesh that sticks out back there, and then it's like a thin rounded area here. Okay, so now how do you get the curly parts on the inside and whatnot? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in from the top and I'm going to just carve right along the edge, moving out like that. So it comes in and moves out, and it does follow along the edge of the ear like that. Okay, so this is the loop tool. I'm using the smaller loop tool, and I'm really establishing just the top part of the ear. Okay, and then I will wait to smooth until I say I wait till smooth, but then I just smooth it like right there. Okay. Then my ear, right, I have this I want to do the little, I don't know what you call that, the little in the ear, right? But mine basically sticks out, and there's another piece that curves down in here, and then there's a triangular piece and a piece that carves out here. So what does that look like? Right? So from the side, this comes in, hold on, the in part of the ear. Okay. This ear's out a little bit, but I'm carving the inside of the ear canal out. So ear and I'm going to kind of push that in and bring that around. This part in the ear sticks out right here further than the rest of the ear. So you can move it around based on the individual shape of the ear that from the front, from the side. I need to clean it up. Has like another little indentation there on the second top part of the ear, and then the opening. That's what it looks like from the front. Okay, between the brow and the bottom of the nose. Okay. I'm going to make the other one now. I'm going to let this set up, and I'll do some more refining, right? But like the other part I like to do when it's a little stiffer. But my basic ear shape is there, and that is that. Okay? Have fun.